Hello everybody, I'm Heather from Loving Lentils, and it has been a while since I've done a video. I've been in a kind of a slump. It's February here in Canada and it hasn't been very warm, obviously. It's been quite cold and there hasn't been a lot of sun until the last week or so, so I haven't been getting outside, and to me that means a slump because I love being outdoors as much as possible, and when I don't feel like going outside because it's too cold or it's damp and dreary, then I start to hibernate, and sometimes I won't leave the house for 2 or 3 days, which really just isn't good. So there's also been a lot of school cancellations, so I just haven't been able to make videos, although I have been posting to our Instagram account, which also posts to my Loving Lentils Facebook page, some of the recipes and pictures of the dishes I have been making. I'm still here cooking. I just haven't been able to make a video. So today I would like to make a really easy dish. Again, it's one pot. It's very warming for the winter time. It's a Mexican casserole, and I'm gonna do lentils in it for the protein. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I've got my pan warmed up. I just set it a little bit higher than medium. I let it get nice and warm, and I'm gonna add my onions and garlic. No oil in the pan, I just have a non-stick pan. So the trick here to get them a little bit brown, like they would if you were using oil, is just to spread them out in the pan and then let them sit there for a little bit, and they're going to get brown, and then start moving them around, and you'll get it just like you were using oil. So I'll saute these, and then I'm going to add in my peppers. Okay, so we're ready to add in the peppers. I have half an orange that I had left over and half a yellow pepper. We're going to add those to the pot and saute these. Okay, so the peppers took about 2 minutes to cook, and I'm going to add in the spices. So I'm going to add in, first I'm going to put in the salt. I'm going to put in 1.5 teaspoons, half a teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I got my smoked paprika at the bulk barn. That's the only place I've seen it around here. If you don't have smoked paprika, you can just use a half a teaspoon of regular paprika. And then a tablespoon of chili powder. So I really like adding the seasoning in here right with the vegetables to really get that flavors going, get everything heated up in the pan. It really brings out the flavors of the spices really nicely before we put in any liquid. So everything's nicely coated, as you can see. And I'm going to put in a can of organic crushed tomatoes. These ones happen to have basil with them. They don't need to have basil with them, it just happens to be what I have on hand. So canned tomatoes are really awesome because they're very high in lycopene. And lycopene is from tomatoes, and it's a phytonutrient, which is a very powerful antioxidant, which means it's cancer fighting. So have lots of tomatoes, they're good for you. I know a lot of us have heard that tomatoes are good for prostate cancer, but they're also good for breast cancer and renal cell carcinoma. So yeah, they help prevent those cancers, so why not eat tomatoes? They not only taste good, but they're good for you. Okay, so I've added those in, and I haven't adjusted my heat in my pan. It's still just above medium. And I'm going to put in 1 cup of rinsed and drained brown rice. And 2 cups of water. I'm going to stir that around and turn the heat to high to bring it to a boil. So, I was going to put in my green lentils in here, and I would have put them in right now because just like the brown rice, the green lentils take 40 minutes to cook. But I went and looked, and I don't have any green lentils. And I already had this meal all planned. So I am going to use red lentils, and I only have half a cup, but that's what we're going to have to do. So red lentils only take 20 minutes, so I'm going to actually put a lid on this pot, set the timer for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes come back, add my red lentils in that have been rinsed and drained, and add a cup of water. And by the sound of my dog in the background, I have to go let her pee. So anyway, I'm going to put a lid on this and put it to simmer for 20 minutes because I can see it's boiling right now. Okay, so the timer's gone off, the 20 minutes has gone by with the rice in it. So I'm going to go ahead and add my red lentils. So I only have half a cup here. So I'm going to add 1 cup of water. I'm going to bring it up to a boil again. Add half a can of corn and 2 big handfuls of fresh spinach. If you only have frozen spinach or you have kale instead, go ahead and use that. I also forgot to mention that along with the spices in the beginning of this recipe, you could have also added hot pepper flakes or cayenne pepper. That would have obviously increased the spice, but also helped increase the thermogenic properties of the dish, which means it would help you metabolize the food better and burn more calories. Now, it's not a huge percentage, so they say it's only around 10%. Thermogenics helps you with metabolism, but it doesn't hurt. But personally, although I don't mind a little bit of spice in food, our son, who's 6, going on 7, he doesn't like spicy food, so I'm not going to put that in there. But if that's something you would like, then yeah, you could have gone ahead and added that. So this is almost at a boil again, and when it gets to a boil, I'm going to put it back on simmer and put the lid on. So it'll cook for another 20 minutes and it's ready to eat. I'm not going to be eating for a while. I'm going to go pick up our son, and I'm going to be able to spend some one-on-one time with him because my supper is already cooked. So yeah, but it would be ready to eat in 20 minutes. And if you ever wanted to make this dinner quicker, of course you could, like I do lots of times, is if I am cooking just brown rice on its own or just lentils separately, I'll always cook extra so that I can throw them in the freezer, either in a jar or I use Ziploc freezer bags, but I reuse the same bags for the same thing because I'm not putting like raw meat in them or anything like that. I can easily rinse out a brown rice bag and use it again and again and again for brown rice. We do that all the time really until the zipper lock doesn't work anymore, just because we want to reduce our plastic as much as possible in our home. Okay, Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. And we are going to be eating this recipe with avocados sliced up on top, as well as cashew cream, which is my husband and mine's favorite thing to have on food these days. It's great with in sandwiches, a spread alternative. And I'll do a video on cashew cream, cashew parmesan, and cashew cream cheese. It's so delicious. It really makes going plant-based easier because you can make those foods just have that cheesy, delicious taste to them that you're not getting now that you're not eating dairy. Okay, I hope you enjoy. I'm going to put this on simmer and put a lid on it.